Hey guys, it's Allison. Today I am doing a Bible study, and I thought that I would, instead of just like doing it for myself and just like doing it off camera, I thought that I would, take out my camera and record and have this be like a Bible study between me and like you guys. So I thought this would be super fun. I know I'm not posting this like the first Friday of every month. I thought that I just would do this for you guys because why not? So that is what I'm doing. I have my Bible out and I've just started reading, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to pause and turn on the camera so you guys can be a part of this Bible study. So that's what I'm doing for you guys. I hope you guys are excited, and if you guys want me to do like Bible studies just like periodically on different Bible plans that I'm doing at the moment, I'd definitely love to do those and have you guys be involved as well. So definitely give this video a thumbs up, or also let me in the comments down below how often you want me to do these, because I'd love to do them, but obviously I want to be, have you guys be a part of the conversation and the studies. So I love your input as well, because this is a community, this is a family, so I want to include you guys as well, and all that stuff. So that is what I am going to do for you guys today. Give this video a thumbs up if you guys again liked it. Subscribe if you're new and don't want to miss out on a future upload from me, and also click the bell notification down below to be notified every time I upload a video. Basically, I'm just reading my Bible. This is the Good News Translation. I'm on the hunt for a study or journaling Bible, especially because if you guys can tell, the margins are pretty thin, and it's not really helpful for me to take notes on the sides, because there's not a lot of space on the margins. So that is what I'm on the hunt for. So if you guys have a really good journaling Bible that you're using, or a study Bible that you hear really good things about, or you're currently using, let me know, because your girl wants to know. She's on the hunt. So that is also a question that I want you guys to answer in the comments down below. Basically, I took some notes, and I'm probably going to take more notes while I'm talking and all that. So basically I'm reading Matthew 15. I'm doing a New Testament, daily New Testament reading Bible plan for the first quarter, but technically I started this in February, so it's not really the first quarter. So but I'm reading the New Testament, hopefully I'm pretty sure this is going to be for this 2019, so that's what I'm hoping for. Cross your fingers that I can read every single book in New Testament, which I think will be worth. I can do it, especially if it's the whole year. So basically this goes through one chapter each day. So I'm on Matthew 15. What's great about this Bible plan, it's on the YouVersion Bible app. I'll link in the description box down below if you guys want to get it. But there's so many plans, and this is just the one that I'm doing because I wanted to really kind of get more into the Bible and really dissect and read each chapter kind of thoroughly, and I just wanted to read it more closely, and where I get to dissect every word in, each chapter in each book of the New Testament. So that is what I'm doing. So I'm reading chapter 15 for Matthew. And like I said, I read it already, so I'm just going to kind of talk about it and go through it, just because I will be able to read all of this on camera, just because it would be a very long video. I wish I could, I really did. I really would read it all on camera, but we don't have that kind of time, sadly. But I thought I would just talk about it with you guys. So basically, Matthew 15 was pretty good. I feel like I got a lot out of 3 of the main things that were talked about, but basically the second section of Matthew was talking about the things that make a person unclean, and it's the fact that in verse 11 it says, "It is not what goes into your mouth that makes you ritually unclean, rather what comes out of it makes you unclean." So that kind of, to me, just kind of reiterated a lot of what I think about, what I think about sometimes, and it's the idea that yes, you can put good things into your body, but what are you saying out loud? like that's the main takeaway. Like if you're saying nasty things but you're putting good things into your body, it's like doesn't really add up, you know what I mean? Like you should be speaking life, and you should be, you know, saying positive things, you know, as much as you can. Obviously there are going to be times where you probably are going to be complaining and ranting, and that's life, obviously. So but at the same time, like you should, like more times than not, be speaking positivity. I'm guilty of complaining and ranting, and I was literally, okay, so today's Wednesday, and I have a break after my 9:40 class, which ends around 11:10, and Mondays and Wednesdays I have that. Sorry guys, I got a notification, but basically these girls, I was sitting at the table, and these girls were like talking about their classes, and just like this class, just like all this stuff. I was trying not to listen, but obviously like they were just right next to me, and I had my music playing, so it was just inevitable that I would hear them. But yeah, you could obviously like hear different parts, because I was trying to concentrate on homework and everything. But basically they're like complaining about classes and all this stuff, and like I find myself doing that too. Like I was not judging them at all, because I've, you know, done that, where like you get so like angry at like a class. Like I have a class where I'm just like, oh, like you just it's really like professors are annoying, and like the class is annoying. Like we've all been through it. So as much as I would love to say, like I'm not even saying I'm a perfect Christian, like don't get me wrong, but I strive to, you know, make better choices, and to like remind myself that like God wouldn't want me to do this or all this stuff. And like, so basically what I'm trying to say is, with that whole spiel, that I'm trying to, in 2019, to speak more life into what I'm saying, and really take note of what I'm saying, and, you know, be accountable for it, because I'm like really striving to be more positive in what I'm saying. Obviously there are going to be times where that's just not the case. I mean, obviously God doesn't want me to be inauthentic, you know what I'm saying? So obviously there are going to be times where I'm upset, or, you know, there's just situations that happen. It's life. So yeah, but I really want to kind of just take note and be accountable of what I'm saying, because I always want to uplift and inspire you guys. So yeah, that is kind of my thing with that, and kind of what I got out of that, of verse 11 from Matthew 15, and then kind of going into verse 19. It says, from your heart come the evil ideas which lead you to kill, commit adultery, and do immoral things, to rob, lie, and slander others. That kind of went into the idea that like your words have such an impact, and so do your actions. Like if you're saying nasty things, it's like a correlation, like you'll end up doing like immoral, bad things as well. So it kind of goes into the idea, it's not just like your mouth and like what you're saying, but also your actions and behaviors that follow it, that lead you to do ritually unclean things, is what Matthew kind of insinuated, the line unclean. So it's more than just like being healthy and like washing your hands and eating right, but like what you're actually saying has such an effect, and also your behavior as well. So that's what I got out of that section, which was so true. I just needed that sometimes. I think God is working through me. Obviously he's always working through you and for you, but there are times where you just feel like it's such a God thing. So that is kind of what I got out of that section. And then the next one was about a Jewish woman who was begging to Jesus to heal her daughter because she was possessed with demons, and she begged and begged to Jesus, and he resisted, and then at one point he was like, okay, I'll heal your daughter. He said after that, he said in verse 28, so Jesus asked her, you are a woman of great faith, what you want will be done for you. And at that very moment her daughter was healed. Sorry if I'm like rocking, but I just have a tendency to do that. But it basically shows that you basically reiterated, if you are a woman of great faith, and it's the idea that, you know, there's going to be a time where you're going to be tested by God, and I think he was kind of teaching her, I guess, a lesson, in that she has great faith, and in the fact that she didn't have to constantly beg for him. But I think it tested her in a way, because she, believed in God so much and she was willing to beg for him. But I think it goes to show that if you have faith in God, you have trust in him, he will, do what you ask. And I think that's so true, because oftentimes with life, we are just so stressed out with a lot of things. We have decisions to make and all this stuff, and that sometimes you just gotta learn to trust in God, that he will provide us what we need. And I think that oftentimes we just want to know everything, and we want to be in control of everything, especially our future and big decisions we have to make. But sometimes you just have to let God do his thing, and I think that's where I'm at in my life. Like, there's a lot of questions up in the air with living situation, or not living, like where I'm gonna be living next year, like internships and like jobs and all this stuff, that like I'm leaving it up to God now. Like, there's so many things that are up in the air in my life, and I'm leaving it up to God to let him decide what is best for me, because I just can't. I just need him to, I'm letting him decide for me, and show me what I need, because ultimately being super anxious and being in control of everything is not going to help. And if I have faith, then why should I constantly be worrying? It's the idea that if you already are saved and you are living for Christ, like, if you have trust and faith, like, there's no need to worry. And I know it's easier said than done, because it's like, but there's real things that you have to worry about and all this stuff. But I think at the end of the day, it's like, God will provide you what you need. You just have to trust him. You just have to believe in him, and have faith in him at the end of the day. And then there's one where he fed 4,000 people with 7 loaves and a few small fish. And because the people that he fed were like, they didn't have they were like in a desolate location, or desolate place. Hopefully I'm saying that name right. But basically, like, they didn't have resources to feed themselves. So Jesus obviously fed them, and 4,000 of them, with, it said in verse 37, they all ate and had enough. Then the disciples took up 7 baskets full of pieces left over. So that's kind of, it was literally a couple pieces of bread that Jesus fed them, but he fed 4,000 people. And it's crazy that, like, with that small amount, it was enough for them, which is crazy. And I think it goes to show that, like, with the little that you have, like it can benefit someone. And I think that's so true. And I think it's funny, because I think sometimes this coincides with, I think, Mark chapter 8, which is similar to it's similar to Matthew 15, where he fed, I think, 5,000 people, if I'm not sure. If I'm sure, but I don't really know. But I know there's a reading in Mark that kind of touched on Jesus feeding 4,000 or 5,000 people as well. So it was kind of a parallel readings. But yeah, I think it goes to show that, like, with the little that you have, like, you should always serve God, and you should always do things that reflect God and what he's done for you. And I think that's really testament to the fact that Jesus fed so many people with just the little that he had. So I think that it's important to remember that with the little you have, it could be enough for somebody, and it seemed to be enough for all of the 4,000 people that he fed, with just like, and there were even pieces left over. Imagine that. So it just reminds you to just, no matter how little you have, there's always a way to pay it forward, and there's going to be someone that appreciates it. And that's what I think about when I'm just living my life, making time for other people and helping them out. I think is what we're ultimately supposed to be doing as followers of Christ, is continuing to serve others through God, with his love, his his patience, his support, our time. So I think that's something that I'm continuously trying to aim to do, is continuing to focus my time on people and investing in people, and that's kind of how I'm working through kind of my days, because I feel like a lot of my days are just spent on me and invested on me, and I need to invest in other people and really sacrifice my time to help other people out who truly need it. So that is kind of what I'm going to be. That's a goal of mine. That's something I'm continuing to do. So yeah, that is that. So I'm encouraging you guys to do the same. So yeah, I think I've been talking for so long. I don't even know how long this video is, but basically that is kind of what I got out of Matthew 15. Normally, since it's a plan on my Bible app, I don't know if I mentioned that, but I usually read the devotional after I read the whole section and have my own interpretation of it. I normally read the devotional afterwards, and then I normally journal. I usually, if I have a prayer, usually I like to pray for someone, or even you guys I pray for. So sometimes I'd like to do that in my journal, and sometimes I also do a gratitude. No, not sometimes. I normally always do a gratitude every single day, because I find that with just a lot of my days, I think I'm just living through life, and I don't really stop to really appreciate what I have and be thankful for it. And usually I like it because it gives me a reason to think about something good that happened, or just something that I'm grateful for, because oftentimes when I go through my days, I feel like everything's just a blah day, and nothing interesting happened, and it was just a bad day. I feel having gratitude journal and having a thing every single day where I'm thankful for something kind of puts everything in perspective and allows me to not just live my life and realize that my life's bad, and I have so much homework and all this stuff, just worldly complaints about life. But I feel when you stop to take the time to say what you're thankful for, I think that just shifts your whole day and your whole mindset. So that is what I'm doing. I even when was it, a couple days ago, I had time to reflect on a prayer, because I like to be intentional, and that's something that I'm really working towards this year, is being more intentional with my Bible studies, being more intentional with my note taking, and not just quickly write something down that isn't even that wasn't that was just meant to just do something really quick and not really be intentional about it. So that is, and leaning in and being more intentional. That's my motto, I guess. But yeah, normally I do a prayer. Oh, I had I'm not gonna obviously show them just because they're personal. But yeah, I just had a really, this was one prayer and this is another one. I just had a lot on my heart. February the 17th, so that was just a long one. But yeah, I'm just going to do my prayer and gratitude next to it. The last couple days have been bad for me too. I've just been doing a really bad job of keeping up with all of this, just because I feel I just had a lot of stuff from Monday to today. So I'm just ugh. So now I'm getting right into it again, and it's all good. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I would show you guys all of me doing that, but I thought that this would just at least give you guys some type of a preview of what I'm currently doing with my Bible study. So this is a really long video, and I have to pee really bad, and I have to go to class soon, so I'm just gonna get my thoughts together, do all of this, and I will head off to class and get going with my day again, and live my life. But yeah, I will talk to you guys very, very soon. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully this made sense, and I wasn't talking in circles and you guys are just what are you saying? So hopefully this was interesting for you guys to watch, and just see me talking about God and just my Bible study and just how I incorporate him into my daily life. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you guys very, very soon. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you guys liked it. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell notification down below to be notified every time I upload a video, and I will talk to you guys very, very soon. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.